Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Convocation Center for today's PSAC West matchup between the Gannon Golden Knights and your California Vulcans. My name is Jonathan Sape. Joining me here shortly will be Hunter Garman after he finishes his food. And after a tough Game 1 loss for the Vulcans, by a 5-point differential, it was a close game against the 13th-ranked Gannon Golden Knights in Game number 1 of today's afternoon doubleheader. Making ready for game number 2 in this matchup, and one where Gannon, in the last couple of seasons, have gotten the better end of California. Earlier on this season, they last faced off January 4th, and Gannon won by 37 points, 108-71, up in Erie during the winter break. But California looking to kind of bounce back in, get themselves back on track. And after a big win during the week against IUP 78-74, they're primed to do it. And Hunter Garman now here. Hunter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Sape. It's been we had a thriller, so to say, for the women's game just a few moments ago, but ready for a new game and ready to see what this team can do.
The Erie winners of Gannon winners of the last 3 games against California, all of them up in Erie. 107-98, 89-74 in the PSAC championship game, and then 108-71, like I just mentioned. So Gannon, winners of the last 3 in a row against California. We do have the starting lineups for both sides. For your visiting Gannon Golden Knights, number 4, Ernest Shelton, the 6'5" sophomore guard from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a graduate of Father Judge High School. Up next, number 5, Justin DeBuck, a 6'1" graduate student guard from Broward County, Florida, a graduate of Pembroke Pines Charter High School. Up next, number 15, Victor Desmond, the 6'7" guard/forward, the junior from Onalaska, Wisconsin, and a graduate of Onalaska High School. Up next, number 22, Pace Prosser, the 6'2" freshman guard from Berlin, Pennsylvania, a graduate of Berlin Brothers Valley of high school roundup fame. And finally, rounding out the starting 5, number 23, Tasman Goodrick, the 6'9" sophomore forward from Sydney, Australia, graduate of St. Joseph's College, and the head coach for the Golden Knights, Easton Bazzoli, in his first season in charge of Gannon. And for your California Vulcans, the usual starting 5, number 1, Cam Pollock, the 6'2" redshirted junior guard from West Homestead, PA, graduate of Munhall. Up next, number 12, Jordan Buchanan, the 6'4" guard/forward, the freshman from Pensacola, Florida, graduate of Robert A. Taft High School in Ohio. Up next, number 13, Donald Whitehead Jr., the 5'10" junior guard from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, graduate of Hickory High School. Up next, number 20, Dalman Alexander, the 6'8" sophomore forward from Fort Wayne, Indiana, graduate of Northrop High School. And finally, round out the starting 5 for California, number 22, Caden Hanna, the 6'4" senior forward from Murraysville, PA, graduate of Franklin Regional High School, and led by Coach Danny Sangam in his 7th season of charge at the helm for California. Both teams kind of trailing in some opposite directions the last couple of games. Gannon coming off a loss during the week to Clarion on Wednesday afternoon, looking to bounce themselves back into the win column. Previous nationally ranked Gannon, but after a couple of losses this season, find themselves out of the national rankings. But a team pegged at the beginning of the season to finish in middle of the pack here in the PSAC West after a ton of the transfers, after the loss of their head coach. But they've been able to regroup, reset, and they've had a phenomenal season, and they win the opening tip going from right to left to start this first half of play. Goodrick. DeBuck finds Desmond on the near side, pass it off to Prosser in the near corner. Back up top to DeBuck. 15 on the shot clock here for Gannon. DeBuck driving in the lane, finds Desmond in the corner for 3. That one off the mark, no good. And a scramble for the loose ball ends up in the hands of Jordan Buchanan, who's able to grab the rebound for Cal.
Almost looks like that went in, but it did not. A little bit of fakery there from the net.
Whitehead across the timeline for California. Finds Cam Polak, one of the Vulcans' leading scorers on the season. Whitehead for 3. And finds the bottom of the barrel. And Donald Whitehead, who had himself a rough game the last time out against IUP, is able to knock down his first shot and gives the Vulcans a 3-0 lead. Some miscommunication. Shelton trying to find someone on the near corner, sends that one out of bounds, and a turnover. First of the game here for Gannon.
Just a little bit too much on that pass there and just ends up sailing out of bounds in favor of the Vulcans.
Golden Knights applying some pressure in the half court for California to try to break here. Polak on the near side, able to get it ahead to Hannah. Hannah driving inside, stops, spins away, finds Polak past the three-point line. Polak calling for a screen from Alexander. He's going to take it, tries to dump it into the post. Hannah back out for three. Just off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Shelton. 18:35 left here in the first half. California up 3-0. Pace Prosser gets it over to DeBuck. Back out to Goodrick. Hands it off. Shelton for three. He's able to knock that one down all square at three apiece.
That was a highly contested three ball, but a nice shot there by Shelton.
Gannon continuing to play this full court pressure. Whitehead inside finds Polak trailing for three. And Cam Polak able to knock it down, and the sharpshooter for California strikes. And great recovery defense that time by Hannah, is able to tip that pass out of bounds. And we saw this from Gannon last year, and we're going to see it again this year. Just a full, like, kind of hockey style substitutions where 5 on, 5 off. You got to play this high octane, high pressure all the way. You're gonna get tired, so you got to see a full 5 change here for Gannon. It's going to be Montano to inbound. Back out to Morabito. Sarver hands it off to Sakasi. Montano at the top of the key. Finds Sarver on the near side, 12 on the shot clock. Back out Sakasi, up against Polak, 8 on the shot clock here for Gannon. Sakasi picks up his dribble, finds Montano driving into the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Alexander.
It's great defense by California, able to create that pressured shot and able to come down with the rebound.
And Gannon continuing to play this full court pressure. Buchanan corner three ball is good, and 3 threes to start the match for California, and a 9-3 start. Rocco Morabito finds Montano at the top of the key, passes off the three ball. Sakasi trying to back down Whitehead, go baseline, gets that one poked away from him. It's going to come off of Whitehead out of bounds. Will be Gannon basketball. Sakasi, the freshman guard from D.C., now in possession. 10 on the shot clock for Gannon. Sakasi trying to work up against Whitehead again, nearly loses the hand on it. Fadeaway jumper at the buzzer off the front of the rim, no good. An offensive board this time by the Golden Knights. Kemp in the near corner. Inside, and a blocking foul called against Alexander as he hits the deck. First of the game here for either side. First for Alexander.
Yeah, from up here it looked like he was able to get his feet set, but the refs say otherwise, and Alexander picks up his first foul.
Off the inbound, the three ball for Sarver, no good. Buchanan grabbed the rebound, and that one was poked out of bounds. Will be California basketball. Coach Bozzoli in his first season picking up where the Golden Knights finished last season. Just a phenomenal season in all aspects from them. Playing some similar styles. The inbound stolen away by the Golden Knights. Morabito inside, pass it off, finds Kemp. Layup attempt too short, grabs the rebound, blocked away by Alexander. He's able to get up and swat it. Polak in transition, ducks it home. Cam Polak with the poster.
Oh my goodness, Cam Polak absolutely slams that one home. And it has this crowd going crazy.
The 6'2 guard showing the hops as he's inside. A Vulcan hit the deck, and a loose ball in possession of California. Now Buchanan, the mid-range jumper, no good. Alexander grabs the offensive board. Whitehead swings it over. Polak, three ball, count it. Cam Polak with 8 points here. 14-3 California lead. And the Convocation Center's going wild to start the game.
What an insane turn or sequence here for California. First Cam Polak with the Space Jam dunk, and now the three ball. Tell there's a clear momentum swing going here right now in favor of California.
Sarver inside and one. As Mike Montano received that pass inside, able to make the layup. And that'll take us to our first media timeout with 15:31 remaining. California 14, not Edinburgh, that was a couple of weeks ago. Gannon 5. And that'll take us to our first media timeout. And while we have a second, we can take a look at the Vulcan leaders in statistics on the season.
Yeah, so far we have points per game at Whitehead Jr. with 18.6. Then we have rebounds per game at Alexander at 7.4. Assists is also Whitehead Jr. at 75. And steals at Whitehead Jr. with 21. And then minutes played per game is also Donald Whitehead at 35.4. So really it's between Donald Whitehead and Alexander for the two leaders of this team.
Yeah, Whitehead doing a lot here for California. And like I mentioned, not the greatest game from him, but California was able to step up in that one 78-74 victory against IUP during the week. Cam Polak, 25 points in that matchup. Whitehead with 12 points, 5 assists, but 4 for 17 from the field. Played the full 40 as well. Looking to kind of rebound here. Is able to knock down the first shot. And you have those type of players where they're sharpshooters. They're streaky players as well, where if you see the first one kind of find its way to the bottom of the barrel, that kind of boosts your confidence. And Whitehead, one of those players where if he's able to knock down a couple early shots, you're in for a long night if you're the other team.
Yeah, especially if he continues to create his own space, get himself open. He starts on a streak. It's one of those where he's hard to stop on a streak, but we'll see if that continues here for California.
Yeah, Cam Polak, 8 points already, 3 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. And one of the nastier dunks I think we've seen here in the Convocation Center in quite a while. Mike Montano at the line, the 6'7 sophomore guard/forward from Alexandria, Virginia, graduate of Thomas Edison High School with a chance at a three-point play here for the Golden Knights. Free throws up, no good, rebounded by Hannah. California up by 9 as Gannon continue to play this full pressure. DeShields, who just checked into the game here for California, now in possession. Back out top to Whitehead. Whitehead and Hannon playing a bit of give and go. The three ball from Whitehead is good, and the Don with another three ball here. 17-15 the score. California up by a dozen. Sakasi on the drive inside. The shot attempt short. Rebound ends up in the hands of Hannah once more. Gannon not giving up on this pressure. California able to ease up. Hesitation mid-range from the Don, and he's got 8 points now. 14-point lead for California, and nearly a turnover on the other end. DeBuck trying to create some space. Nice crossover in the lane, off the glass and in. Nice finish from Justin DeBuck.
It was a great finish, able to go over the top of Donald Whitehead and just off the glass and good.
Buchanan to inbound. Able to get into Polak. Right back to Buchanan. Nearly loses it. Finds DeShields up ahead. DeShields takes it up and finishes. Great job that time from Keandre DeShields, the freshman from Laurel Highlands.
He was looking for that dunk, but it was great defense, so he just went up and over for the finish.
And the three ball is good from Shelton. And Gannon will take a timeout. 21-10 the score. 14:01 remaining here in the first half. And again, we see this quite a bit where 5 on, 5 up, 5 off every single time with the substitutions. Well, while we have a second, we take a look at the Gannon Golden Knights leaders here in statistics.
And we can see at points per game is Shelton at 19.1. I believe that's rebounds per game. Goodrick at 10.8. Then Prosser at 84. Prosser as well with steals. Really, it's been a couple players for the Gannon Golden Knights team, for the star players of this Golden Knights team.
A very well-rounded squad coming out of Erie, and like I mentioned, during the preseason, picked amongst the middle of the pack in the PSAC West, but the leaders here in the PSAC over the halfway point in the season. Buchanan to inbound here for California. He's able to get it into DeShields, who spins away towards the Vulcan bench. Takes it across half court. Shields now on the far side corner. Finds Whitehead on the cut off the glass high. And then Donald Whitehead with an early 10 points already for California. quickly the other way off the glass, and in is Goodrick with the finish in and around the net. Polak receives the inbounds, now just smothered, but California able to break the press. Hannah up ahead for California, working inside. Right-handed hook is good.
Vulcans right now just working as a team, able to create those steals, create those turnovers, and just capitalize.
Pick and roll. That attempt no good off the front of the rim. California with the rebound. Polak up ahead to Buchanan. Back out to Whitehead. Nearly able to take the ankles of Desmond. Hannah now driving inside, draws the contact. Will be the foul against Victor Desmond, his first and the team's first of the half. And again, here comes that line change, 5 on, 5 off here for Gannon. And for California, Duncan Moy, a freshman from Kinsman, Ohio, checks in for the first time. It's so hard to adjust as a team when the players are constantly shifting back and forth on and off the court. Buchanan inbound for California, finds Whitehead. 13:04 remaining here in the first half. California up by 13. Whitehead step back 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Kemp.
Would have been a beautiful move if he had made that 3-ball.
Sakasi working inside. Picks up his dribble, has to pass it out, finds Desmond. Kemp over to Sakasi for 3. That one short, rebounded by Moy. And again, this pressure. California able to break in. DeShields all alone. Can't get it to go, but fouled. And I think everybody in the Convocation Center was waiting for the slam home, but Keandre DeShields at the line for 2.
I think this place would have gone even crazier than Cam with the if DeShields had that. It would have been the second dunk of this game. And I think if you thought the combo was crazy once already with the Cam Polak dunk, it would have gotten a whole lot crazier if DeShields had made that.
Again, DeShields, the local lad, able to knock down the first. One substitution. Desmond will check out. Mike Montano back in here for the Golden Knights. Second shot from DeShields is good. And California up by 15 points, 27-12. And we saw this a similar style of play here in the Convocation Center last year, and California was able to have one of their most efficient basketball games ever. I think they shot over 70% from the field in that game against Gannon as they were able to break that press, and California looking to do much of the same here. Sakasi picked up his dribble, trying to spin away, finds an option. Morabito. Back up top, Sarver. 5 on the shot clock for Gannon. Sarver finds Montana, the long 2, short, rebounded by Polak. Polak way up ahead, finds DeShields, 2-on-1. DeShields can't get it to go this time again. And once again, DeShields is fouled, and he's itching for it. That's 2 attempts at it. And I think if you're Gannon, you don't want to give him a third, and DeShields back at the line.
No, I mean, everyone says third time's the charm, and DeShields, he really wants it. You could tell. Just unable to get it there, and that will send us to immediate timeout.
11:58 remaining in the first half. 27-12 the score. Just under 12 minutes left to play, and we can take a look at the PSAC West standings, and we can see how big of an impact that win against IUP had on California as they find themselves 4th in the PSAC. And Gannon, like we talked about in that game on Wednesday, the leaders, it's kind of been Gannon and the rest, and if California's able to get a win here, just another opportunity to climb the ladder.
Yeah, definitely been able to get a win here with the PSAC West for men's basketball being so tightly contested that any win means so much here as the second half of the gauntlet begins for both sides, both men and women's. We talked about this earlier. If Cal can get the win here versus Gannon and then another win at Seton Hill, they could be looking at definitely climbing that ladder, as you said, and looking at a good run into the postseason.
California in that game against Gannon last year, here in the Convocation Center, a 99-84 victory. Shot as a team 70.6% from the field. It was really facilitated through just breaking the press, finding Bryson Lucas, who was able to pass it off, had 3 assists in that game, but was really the factor in California breaking that press. And it was a big game for the Vulcans in that one. Their last contest, KJ McClurk, 30 points in that game. Zion Collins, the Reese graduate, 21 points. Bryson Lucas, 18. Jermaine Hall Jr. with 12. And after the immediate timeout, it will be Keandre DeShields back at the line for California. First one gets the shooter's touch up and in.
Second shot by DeShields is up and good. Inbound gets to DeBuck, who's up the court now for the Golden Knights.
Goodrick able to get off to Shelton, working inside, dumps off, finds Desmond in the corner for three. That one off the mark, no good. And a high contested rebound ripped away. And a jump ball called. Possession arrow favoring the Golden Knights. Favoring California. Gannon continuing to play that full court pressure. Buchanan able to get it into Pollock. Back over to Whitehead. Gannon continuing to just try to force these teams into mistakes. Nice behind the back crossover from Pollock to create some separation to Shields on the near side. Why not? Takes the three ball and knocks it down. And already 9 points for Keandre DeShields. 20-point lead for California. Just over 11 minutes to go here in the first half. And an offensive foul called against the Golden Knights. Tasman Goodrick setting the moving screen. It's going to be Pace Prosser with the offensive foul. And already 4 fouls early on in this contest for Gannon. Buchanan to inbound for California. He's able to get it into Pollock. Over to Moy. Finds Buchanan, who nearly loses the hand on it, able to pull that one back in. Buchanan on the drive, that time no good, rebounded by Goodrick. And the loose ball ends up in the hands of DeBuck. Quickly up the court, Shelton inside. That one blocked away by Moy. Great recovery on the defensive side for California. Whitehead up ahead, finds DeShields, able to break the press. Back up top, Whitehead. Spinning away, picks up his dribble, looking for an option, finds Buchanan. DeShields in the far corner, jab step, trying to drive baseline, step back, jumper is good. Keandre DeShields putting him in the spin cycle. And a wayward pass up ahead. Prosser couldn't find Goodrick, and a turnover for Gannon. And Gannon kind of reeling a little bit. 21-point lead, 22-point, I can't count, for California.
I was in the same boat as you earlier during the women's game. I couldn't count either. But, yeah, California just playing excellently right now.
Polak just past half court. No look pass finds. What a play that time. Buchanan able to slam that one home.
Nearly bringing the net down with him. Jordan Buchanan with the excellent slam dunk. That's number 2 now for this Vulcan team.
Shelton working inside. Double clutch, no good, but fouled. And Ernest Shelton is going to make his way to the free throw line here for Gannon. So good, I forgot how to talk. DeShields will pick up his first. It'll be California's third. The leading scorer here for the Golden Knights at the free throw line. And is able to knock down the first. 7 points now for Shelton. Can make it an even 8 here at the line. Unable to do so. And a jump ball called after Goodrick was able to grab the offensive board. The possession arrow will be in favor of Gannon. So they'll maintain possession. Substitution to Shields out. Caden Hanna back in for California.
Trying a little bit of offense for defense in that aspect there. Caden Hanna coming in for the Shields.
Just lob back in. Blocked away again by Moy. And a scramble for the loose ball. California hop on top of it. And a whistle blown. And it will be California ball. I believe the Vulcans were able to get a timeout called. So 36-13 the score, 9:49 remaining. California with a timeout after Hanna just jumped on top of it. But that's 2 blocks now for Moy in the last couple of possessions. And the Vulcans, on both ends of the court, super efficient. 76.5% from the field, 75% from three, and holding Gannon to 27.8% from the field and 33.3% from three. They've really been able. They've done the two things you need to do well in basketball. They've been able to knock down your shots, and they've forced Gannon to miss almost all of them. So they've perfected the formula so far, and I think it's all going to be about how long they're going to be able to maintain this high level on both ends of the court. After the timeout, California in possession. 9:49 remaining here in the first half. 23-point lead for the Vulcans. Buchanan to inbound for the Vulcans. Just a home run pass all the way up ahead to Whitehead. Tripped down. And a heated exchange as Whitehead hit the deck, but they were able to maintain possession of the ball, and they're going to say it's an offensive foul against Whitehead. Coach Sankum for the California not happy about it.
I don't blame him.
As it looks like Whitehead got tripped up as the Vulcans went for that home run ball. And the referee's now looking to have a discussion at the scores table to try to get the right call. Like I said, Coach Sankum trying to plead Whitehead's case. As it looked like he got tripped up, but again, a bit of a heated exchange in between Whitehead and Shelton. And Whitehead receiving a little bit of medical attention.
Yeah, a little bit banged up there. Has a little bit of looks like a cut on his face as he hit the deck there. The PA announcer had to remind the crowd that sportsmanship is key here in the Convocation Center, because crowd, understandably not the happiest with the outcome, but right now the refs are conferring to deem what exactly happened here, maybe correct the wrong that they may have had, as it is PSAC Referee Appreciation Week here. So refs trying to confer and make their best.
And again, a bit of a close call at the far end, and said that they were just trying to find that deep ball to Whitehead, and just a coming together between bodies, and the referees trying to make sure they made the correct call. And the call will stand. It will be Edinburgh, or not Edinburgh, I keep saying Edinburgh, Gannon basketball.
They're both from Erie. In and around that area, I should say.
So it will be Gannon basketball after that little infraction. DeBuck in possession, just under 9:45 to play here in the first half. DeBuck inside to Prosser. Desmond able to corral that one in. Shelton driving baseline, trying to pass it off, and a blocking foul against Moy as a couple players slow to get up, and Shelton still on the floor here is now finally able to make his way to his feet. That'll be the team's fourth foul of the half. Gannon will maintain possession. Prosser to inbound here for the Golden Knights. Gets it into Goodrick, looking to back down Hannah. Jump pass finds Prosser in the corner. I was going to say he stepped on the out-of-bounds line on the near side. It will be California basketball after another Gannon turnover. That's turnover number 5 now for the Golden Knights.
It was a lucky break for California, able to get the ball back after that little sequence of events that happened.
Moy in transition for three. Off the mark, no good. Buchanan grabs the board, finds Moy on the cut. Nice pass underneath. And Vulcans playing fluid basketball here. Great ball movement, great synergy from California. Up by 25 points. Goodrick looking to back down Hannah again. Double team sent his way. Pass out, finds DeBuck. Trying to work up against, find some space. The shot off the mark, no good. Offensive board for Shelton. And a foul called on the floor. They're going to get not to Shields. They're going to get Buchanan. That's going to be his first, the team's fifth. DeShields will come in for Buchanan, and a full 5 substitutions in for the Golden Knights. Montano to inbound for Gannon. And another foul called on the floor. This time against Donald Whitehead Jr., his first, the team's sixth. Gannon one foul away from the bonus. Montano to inbound. Gets it in. Sakasi from the near side off the glass, no good. And a loose ball ripped away from Kemp. Moy in possession, able to get it over to DeShields. As Gannon continues to trap, force a turnover. Pass up ahead, finds Hannah. Slows things up, finds Moy cutting towards the basket with the left hand, no good. And DeShields on the follow-up, can't quite reach it. Kemp with the rebound. Whitehead couldn't intercept the pass, and Montano able to finish on the other end for Gannon.
Both sides just playing absolute electric basketball, coast to coast, sideline to sideline.
Inbound pass finds DeShields, who got double-teamed on the near side and will draw the foul. That time against Rocco Morabito. First, I want to say great name, Rocco Morabito. Freshman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, graduate of Archbishop Ryan High School. Moy finds Whitehead. Hannah underneath, double clutch, reverse layup, and in, counted, plus the foul. Caden Hannah at the line for a three-point play.
No, that was a finish by Caden Hannah. I thought he completely missed it, but wow, what a finish.
Kemp will pick up his first, the team's sixth. Hannah now at the line for a three-point play. The free throw rings out, no good. 40-15, California with the lead. Kemp, it's up to Morabito. Trying to work his way inside. Finds Montano up against DeShields. Bit of a shove, no good. Second chance, no good. Gets the third attempt, and he finally is able to knock that one in.
You know what they say, third time's the charm.
Pollock able to split the double team near the baseline. Whitehead up ahead to DeShields. Spin move in the lane. And once again, drawing the foul. And Coach Bazzoli there for the Golden Knights, not happy about the call.
In my opinion, it was the right call there.
Almost 7:44 remaining in the first half. We're going to take a quick media timeout. Your score, California 40, Gannon 17 right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student-athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center with 7:44 remaining in the first half. California up by 23 points, 40-17 over the Gannon Golden Knights. John Sape, Hunter Garman with you. And Hunter, it's been an electric first half, really end-to-end stuff from both teams, and California getting the better end of the draw so far.
Yeah, coast-to-coast basketball, both teams trying to be as electric as we can. I mean, we've seen first quarter within a few minutes, Cam Pollock with the absolute poster of a dunk. And then Jordan Buchanan getting it on the fun. Keandre DeShields wants to get in there too, but we've seen him try twice. Unable, but he's been able to get to the line, and he's up there now.
2 shots for DeShields, 4 for 4 from the free throw line already in this game. 11 points for Keandre DeShields. Off the front of the rim and in for the first. DeShields leading all scorers for both sides in 7 minutes, 12 points for him. DeShields makes the second, 13 points for him. And a 25-point lead for California with 7:41 remaining in the first half. Morabito working inside, and it will spin away and draws the foul as he's able to go up into Moy. And that'll send the Golden Knights into the bonus. And that's going to be Moy's second. Rocco Morabito at the line for 2. The chance to cut into this huge deficit that the Golden Knights find themselves in. First free throw is up and in. DeShields will move over. Moy will check out. Buchanan will check back in for California. Second free throw attempt for Morbido is up and good. Back to a 23-point game. And a foul called on the floor as Morbido tried to hook back Whitehead as he was able to get away from him. Whitehead at the line for 1-and-1 as California, or Gannon, excuse me, that's their 8th foul. California 2 fouls away from the double bonus for the remainder of the half.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of these foul shots here as the game winds on.
First half of the 1-and-1 is good. That allows you to get the second. That's the one that
That's the only one that
really matters.
Yep.
11 points for Whitehead early on. Second free throw attempt from Whitehead is up and in. Restores the 25-point lead for California. And quickly, Gannon go up ahead. Morbido. Couple crossovers, finds Montano. Hop step inside, spinning away from Hannah. Too strong with the finish at the glass. Strong rebound that time by DeShields, able to evade the danger up ahead to Whitehead. Floated into the corner, just dump off to Hannah. Looking to post up Morbido inside, finds Buchanan outside for 3. That one too strong. Morbido able to grab the rebound for Gannon. Sarver. Little 12-on-12 action here. Sarver against Buchanan. Polak nearly is able to steal that one away from Montano. The Golden Knights able to collect. Montano in and out, crossover. Finds Sarver driving inside, back out Montana. 9 on the shot clock. Morbido passes up the 3, working inside, gets Hannah to jump. Pass inside to Kemp. The right-handed hook no good. Montana with the offensive rebound, just up and under and in, as Kemp able to finish off the miss from Montana.
It's great coordination by Gannon, able to just keep getting those second chance shots.
Hannah finds Polak trailing deep for 3. Bit of a heat check moment that time from Polak in California. Without a made basket here in a couple of minutes. Sarver, the 3-ball, short, rebounded by Buchanan. DeShields able to collect it right in front of the Vulcan bench. Whitehead across the timeline. 5:57 remaining here in the first half. California up by 23. Whitehead, mid-range, no good. Rebounded that time by Montano. 5 substitutes waiting in the wings. 4 for Gannon, 1 for California. Morbido dumps it to Kemp in the post up against the Shields. Passes it out, finds Montano on the drive inside. And an offensive foul this time as Caden Hanna was able to set the feet. Montano is going to pick up his second foul. Team's 9th of the half.
It was a good job by Caden Hanna, able to get his feet set, take the contact, force the turnover for his team.
For that, he's going to check out of the game. Eli Brooks will check in for California. Home run ball finds DeShields. He's able to pull that one in. Slows things up. Offensive rebound by Brooks. Passes it out, finds Whitehead. DeShields in the near side corner. Working his way into the lane with the floater, no good. Rebounded that time by Goodrick. California scoreless in their last 2 minutes. Desmond with the wide open 3. That one way too short. Gannon tried to save it, passes it straight to Whitehead. Up ahead, finds Buchanan. That one's blocked away by the Golden Knights. Desmond now quickly up ahead, finds DeBuck up against Brooks. DeBuck, a couple crossovers, trying to get Brooks to bite. And a contested 2 is good from Justin DeBuck. Buchanan to inbound, able to find Polak. Across the timeline here for California as they try to slow things down again. Scoreless in the last 2.5 minutes.
Well, that's going to be the key for California, is just trying to slow it down and get your team back into it and try and settle back into the rhythm that you had to start the game.
Whitehead, the conductor here for California. Finds Buchanan. Back over to Whitehead, who's driving the lane. The floater attempt, no good. And a loose ball ends up in the hands of the Golden Knights. Desmond quickly up ahead. And everybody in the gym wanted a travel call. And they're going to say it's going to come off of Shelton as he lost control of it. And out of bounds for California basketball.
tough break again for California, able to get the lucky draw there and get the turnover, gives them the ball back. Still up by 21.
Turnover number 9 for Gannon. It looks like some more medical attention needed for a California player. This time, Eli Brooks, the sophomore forward from Glasgow, Kentucky.
You might be able to see on the screen there, Eli Brooks looks like he has a cut in the middle of his hand, so he'll be probably subbed out, and Caden Hanna looks to come back in.
Looks like we got some razor elbows on the sides of Gannon. We've seen a couple plays for California. We're seeing some battle wounds here in this one. 4:09 remaining as they try to clean up the floor here. California up by 21, 44-23 the score. And again, with the style of basketball that Gannon likes to play, it really allows for this end-to-end stuff here. It looks like one of the assistant coaches for Gannon is out there cleaning up the floor. Why not? Mike Chalice and J.C. Hawkins, the assistant coaches here for the Golden Knights. There's something funny to be said about a guy wearing a nice suit out there just trying to clean up the floor a little bit.
Out there cleaning up the court. But, I mean, hey, respect the hustle. I do respect it there. It looks like there might have been some blood that fell on the floor there as they're trying to clean it up here.
Yeah, obviously a biohazard.
Yep.
Just trying to make sure everything's cleaned up and nobody is able to come in contact with it.
Yeah, we don't need that, and also people to slip and fall and get unnecessary injuries from just something on the court.
Where everybody's at on the court, it looks like it must have gotten everywhere because...
Well, it may have been something that happened that wasn't caught right away until people noticed it on the court, and therefore now they're trying to clean everything up and get the court ready again to continue play.
Because there's staff out there cleaning it up on both ends of the court. And hopefully Eli Brooks is okay. Like you mentioned, Caden Hanna back in for California. And the staff here being very thorough, making sure that there's no spot left uncleaned. Something to be said, a bit of a lively crowd here today. Not something you typically see on a weekend. A lot of people go home, but the Vulcan faithful out here showing out. A ton of supporters here today.
And one thing to mention, this is also a family and friend weekend tailgate event that they have going on. There were some tables and stuff up there at the other one end of the convo. They were giving out free stuff, like you can make keychains, all that other stuff, but
I won a raffle basket from there.
Oh, you did? Nice.
I did. I won a lasagna making kit.
There you go. Hey, have some lasagna later. But also there will be another event like this. Family Friend Weekend is April 4th through the 6th this year, so make sure to come out and support the Vulcans. I believe there's going to be baseball at some point that weekend, so maybe come out to a baseball game, support the Vulcan baseball team.
And this extended break has really allowed both teams to catch their breath, so to speak, just because it's been so back and forth down the court. Everyone's going up and down super quickly that there hasn't really been much opportunity for a bit of a rest. But
and now you got a bit here as they're trying to make sure the court is in tip-top shape to continue the game here.
And again, just hopefully Eli Brooks is all right, just because from the way that they've been cleaning, it looks like there's been a lot of blood all around the court that they've been able to spot.
Yeah, it's been a minute cleaning things up here, so. Looks like we may be getting closer to the end here of this, but then again, every time we think we're getting close to the end, there's always something else, so you never really know at this point.
I mean, I guess while we have a second, we can talk about this upcoming match on Wednesday for California as they take on the Seton Hill Griffins here at the Convocation Center. The final game of a 3-game homestand here for the Vulcans, 5:30, 7:30, right here in the Convocation Center. If you can't come in person, we got you covered right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and Armstrong Cablecast. Before traveling up to Slippery Rock next Saturday to take on the Rock. It looks like they're finally able to clean things up on the court, and it's fit to be played on once more. California in possession, 4:09 remaining in the first half of play. The Vulcans up by 21. Buchanan to inbound for the Vulcans. Gets it into Whitehead. Bounce pass across the baseline, finds Hannah. Polak across the timeline for California. Just under 4 to play in the first half. Whitehead gets it back out to Polak. DeShields on the near side. Gannon swings it over. California 5 on the shot clock. Hannah, 3-ball at the top of the key. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded that time by Goodrick.
Still scoreless here for this California team. They're trying to find something going here.
Gannon in transition. That's Pace Prosser able to knock down the three-pointer. 18-point lead now for California as Gannon slowly clawing their way back. 3:20 remaining in the first half. Whitehead gets the switch on to Desmond, working his way inside. And a foul called as Whitehead drew some contact inside, and that will be the 10th foul of the half for Gannon. California sent to the double bonus right after this quick commercial break. We'll be right back right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. 3:09 remaining in the first half. California 44, Gannon 26. And it will be Donald Whitehead Jr. at the line for a pair after this conclusion of this final media timeout of the first half.
Donald Whitehead looking to put some points on the board for California after they've gone scoreless for the past 4.5 minutes of this first half. They haven't really found much going since about 7.5 minutes remaining.
California 1 for their last 10 from the field, and even after missing 9 out of the last 10 shots, they're still shooting 51.7% from the field, and that just tells you how efficient they were in that opening stretch of this first half, where they were shooting well over 70% from the field. But Whitehead for California, 12 points for him, 4 for 7 from the field. 4 assists as well in this game for California. Has a chance to make leapfrog past DeShields as he misses the first free throw. DeShields on 13 points, Whitehead on 12. The best he can do is tie. After missing the first, California now in the double bonus for the last 3:09 of the first half. Whitehead misses both, but DeShields grabs the offensive rebound and draws some contact underneath, and DeShields is going to go back to the line. And Whitehead, not someone we see really miss free throws at all, misses both.
Yeah, he's now 2 for 4 from the field. And Keandre DeShields as well, being 6 for 6 from the free throw line. So hopefully he can continue that perfect streak and put California back up on the board.
First free throw is up and in from DeShields, who's a game-high 14 points now. Second free throw from DeShields is good as well. 7 for 7, from the free throw line. 15 points for him, and a 20-point lead for California restored. Sakasi gets it over Prosser, trying to work inside. The loose ball ends up into the hands of the Golden Knights. Counted, plus the foul. Tasman Goodrick able to finish with the contact, and he has a chance at a three-point play. Cam Polak will pick up his first. And then the man from down under, sophomore from Sydney, Australia, misses the free throw, can't convert the three-point play. A couple of players hit the floor once more. Buchanan in transition, the three ball, no good. Rebounded that time by Desmond, and California cannot really seem to knock down the shots in the last couple of minutes. Deep three this time from Gannon, no good. Fight for the loose ball ends up in the hands of Polak in California. Polak up ahead for the Vulcans. No look pass finds Hannah across court. Back out to Whitehead, trying to slow things down, get the Vulcans a high look shot here in the last 2:20. To Shields. Finds Hannah cutting towards the basket with the left hand and in, and that's exactly what the Vulcans needed.
All it takes is a little spark. One layup is all it takes to get him back going again, and that doesn't help too much.
Another three ball that time by Prosser. 6 points for him. Whitehead across the timeline for California. Lead cut down to 17. The Shields, near side three, no good. Somehow ends up in the hands of Whitehead. Wide open mid-range from the free throw line, is able to knock that one down, and the Don now with 14 points. Sakasi spinning. Pass off finds Desmond on the near side. Trying to work baseline, back out to Sakasi. 16 on the shot clock here for Gannon. Sakasi, a couple steps in the lane, gets it to go, and the foul again. Another three-point play opportunity for the Golden Knights.
Both coaches definitely being vocal at this moment, not agreeing with really any of the fouls here, as Gannon now is looking at close to the double bonus as well.
And that'll be the second foul for Buchanan. Like you said, that's the team's 9. Sakasi at the line for a three-point play. Can't convert that one either. There's another rebound for DeShields. Quickly up ahead to Polak. Was able to bring it past the timeline for California. So we're now about to eclipse the 1 minute mark, 1:05 remaining. Whitehead. DeShields. Now under a minute to go here in the Convocation Center. Polak, step back, three-pointer, just off the mark, no good. And Prosser spinning away, finds Shelton for three, and they connect once again. And Gannon brings it back down to 14 points. So they've really been able to close things up here at the end of the first half. About an 11-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. California looking to wind down the time. Try to get a good look off here at the end of the first half. Hannah on the far side. Finds Whitehead at the top. Pump fake. Long, too short. He gets his own rebound, and the floater's up and in for the Don.
Lucky to get his own rebound there and get the shot back up.
Prosser crossover. 4 on the shot clock. Pass it off. Shelton now step back into the corner at the buzzer. Gets it to go. And that cuts it to 13 right now at the end of the half. Your score, California 52, Gannon 39. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the second half coverage right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center for the second half coverage between California and Gannon, where the Vulcans have a 13-point lead over the Golden Knights, 52-39 after one half of play. It's still John Sape and Hunter Garman with you, and Hunter, California was up by as much as 25 points in that first half, but towards the end, Gannon really starting to close the gap. They made 7 out of their last 8 field goals, and they're really starting to close things up and make it a much more tightly contested second half. Yeah,
I mean, they've made some adjustments on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. I mean, looking at some quick stats here, Gannon 15 of 38 from the field, 6 of 13 from the three-point arc, and 3 for 7 from the charity stripe. California 18 of 36 from the field, 6 of 15 from the three-point line, and 10 of 13 from the charity stripe. And one thing to touch on is there's about 300 people in attendance, and with those 2 dunks early in the first half, they've been electric.
And something else to talk about, we mentioned it in that game against IUP on Wednesday, and in some games before. And on your screen, you can take a look at our dear friend Victoria in the Blaze costume, one of the members of the CUTV crew. But going back to what I was saying, in that game on Wednesday, and the games we've talked about before, 2 stats that you really got to keep an eye on that when a game starts to get out of control is fouls and turnovers. Both teams with a decent amount of fouls, 9 for California, 11 for Gannon, but the turnovers, 2 in that first half in the entirety for California, 8 for the Golden Knights, and that was really the difference where California was able to force these turnovers and kind of build on top of that big lead, but Gannon slowly crawling out of that hole. We got 20 minutes to see if they can make the comeback. And it will be California's basketball as both teams switch sides. The Vulcans in possession first here in the second half. Polak over to Whitehead on the near side wing. Step back, pass it off to Hannah.
I read personal fouls as turnovers.
And a foul on the floor. Trying to get Justin DeBuck for his first and the team's first after drawing some contact with Kate Hannah.
I want to make a little bit of a correction on the halftime stats through halftime. You saw that California had what it said on the stat sheet is 9 turnovers. That was actually my bad. They do have 2.
Whitehead's 3-ball way off the mark. Kate Hannah able to keep it in. And another foul on the floor. The Vulcans getting bailed out just a little bit, and I don't think the Golden Knights are too happy about that call. So the Vulcans will maintain possession of the basketball. Whitehead to inbound just underneath the basket. And Kane Hannah left all alone in the near side corner. Finally, somebody went over to guard him, and now a stop. I don't know if they said there was a foul on the floor or if it was a member of the Golden Knights stepped out of bounds with the basketball.
I think they were saying that it was something like the ball hit the backside of the glass, which would be technically out of bounds, but I think they're saying it last hit a Gannon Golden Knight.
Alexander on the inbound pass, no good, and rebound brought in by Goodrick. DeBuck. Floater up top, hauled in and finished by Goodrick. Nice little lob there that time by the Golden Knights, and they made it an 11-point game. It's as close as it's been in quite a while, and California need to shake off the rust on the offensive side as another foul called. This time against DeBuck once more, his second, and the team's second. Very quickly, under a minute here in the first half, 2 fouls already for the Golden Knights. Yeah, that's definitely something as the Golden Knights you want to clean up here and not get ahead of yourself too early. You don't want to give California some free points at the line. Alexander inside with the right hook and in. His first basket of the game. California with their first points of the second half. Took the shooter's touch roll there to get in, but it fell. DeBuck just lobbing it inside. Mismatch underneath as Goodrick up against Whitehead. 6'9" versus 5'10". That's an 11-inch difference underneath, and Gannon took full advantage. Whitehead picks up his second and the team's first of the half. And an inbound pass nearly stolen away by Hannah, but Desmond able to collect it for the Golden Knights. Shelton, mid-range. Too strong, an offensive board once again, this time by Prosser. And a 3-ball that time from Shelton, no good. And another offensive rebound, this time by Desmond. The Golden Knights quickly swinging it around the horn here. Shelton working inside, switching hands midair and able to finish with the right. $15 points now for Shelton, the Golden Knights' leading scorer on the season. 18-10 left to go here in the first half. Double screen set up top for the Vulcans. Whitehead moving towards his right, finds Buchanan. Alexander now on the near side wing. Whitehead back at the top of the key. Couple crossovers, finds Polak. Go after 8 points very early on in that first half. Went a little bit quiet. And a travel called against Alexander. Took a couple of steps, and now here comes a line change here for the Golden Knights. 5 on, 5 off. As they continue to play this high-octane style of basketball on both ends of the court.
Right now, if you're California, you just need to try and limit the amount of rebounds and second chances that Gannon keeps getting, because that's the way they're going to claw their way back into this game, is by those second chance rebounds.
Again, 8 for their last 9 from the field, and they're on a 10-2 run. Montano over to Sarver, back to Montano. Corner 3 for Sakasi. That one off the mark. Caden Hanna comes down with it all alone at the other end of the court, and Caden Hanna slams it home. Just way out in front of the rest. Just emerging from the pack with the basketball. Now double digits for Caden Hanna on the afternoon.
That's the third dunk now for this team, and it may be the spark that this team needs to get back going on offense and look like the offense that was at the start of this game.
Morabito inside, trying to pass it off, and it will be again in turnovers. That one ends up into the Golden Knight bench. And like you said, just a play like that, just something can add a bit of a spark to this Vulcan offense, which has been struggling in the last, down the stretch in that first half and to start this second half. Polak. California doing a couple of handoffs here outside the perimeter. Whitehead inside, lost control of it. Finds Polak in the corner for 3. That one off the mark, no good. A rare miss from 3. Buchanan working inside, draws the foul. Jordan Buchanan will make his way to the free throw line, and that's 3 fouls already early on in this second half for Gannon. And Coach Bozzoli there for the Golden Knights not happy about the call.
Not happy, and you could even see the ref kind of gave him a little bit of a warning about just being vocal. I mean, it's okay to be vocal, but keep up with it, then they might issue a bench technical.
Yeah, because it looked like it was a clean block, but I think the foul was called just before the Golden Knights were able to get a piece on it. That was DeBuck with the foul. Buchanan made the first, missed the second. 14-point lead for California. Morabito working inside, and a blocking foul called against California. As Alexander was trying to get back and recover. That's his third. Something to keep an eye out on. Whitehead on 2 fouls. Buchanan on 2 fouls. And now Alexander on 3. Rocco Morabito at the line.
Yeah, Alexander trying to plead his case that he had his feet set for the charge, but ref not giving into it, and it will be a penalty on Alexander.
Morabito unable to make the first. 2 points on the afternoon. Both of them came at the free throw line. And again, here comes his line change once again. Morabito able to knock down the second. And all 5 right back off the court here for Gannon. Gannon continue to apply a little bit of pressure to California as Whitehead crosses the timeline for the Vulcans. Just a burst of speed in the lane. And another foul, this time against DeBuck once again. That's going to be his third. As Whitehead is able to blow past him, and Donald Whitehead Jr. back at the line.
California is starting to realize that this may be the only way to really get the points on the board at this point now, is just try and force it down low into the paint and try and draw out the contact.
Well, yeah, that's 3 free throws in a row missed from the Don. And again, one of the better free throw shooters on the team coming into today's game, shooting over 81% from the free throw line. Second shot from Whitehead is good. 14-point lead restored for California. 17 points for Whitehead on the afternoon. And a quick 3 is good that time. A deep one from Pace Prosser.
A deep 3 ball, and also a contested deep 3 ball there from Prosser.
That one nearly from half court. He's able to knock that one down Alexander on the near side gets it over to Buchanan. A little bit of space. Finds Alexander in the post. Double team sent his way, and he lost the handle on it. They're going to say it's a California turnover as Alexander, ranging to his left, fell out of bounds in possession of the basketball, and another quick turnover. I think that's a couple of mistakes from Alexander early on in the second half. Keandre DeShields checks back in for the Vulcans, and he's had himself a great afternoon. 15 points for DeShields with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. 8 for 8 from the free throw line. And this one, DeBuck pulls up, finds Prosser for 3. That one no good. And the loose ball ends up in the hands of the Golden Knights. Underneath, that one blocked away by the Vulcans, but Gannon still in possession, but California able to knock that one away. Hannah under pressure, able to find Polak for some relief. Polak now back up top to Whitehead. Swings it over to DeShields on the near side, looking to go to work here. Mid-range 2 is good, and that was a clean bucket that time from Keandre DeShields.
Clean execution and clean bucket from Keandre DeShields. Looking to get him going more, now up to 17 points, or 15 points, excuse me.
Prosser swings it over, finds DeBuck in the corner for 3. That one no good, and another offensive rebound, but they're going to say that's a foul on the floor. It's Goodrick. I think they're going to get him for going over the top. That's going to be the 5th foul of the half already for Gannon, and that's going to take us to the media timeout with 15-19 remaining here in the second half. 60-47 the score. And again, like we mentioned, the upcoming matchup for the Vulcans, the last game of this 3-game homestand here, as they will face off against the Seton Hill Griffins on Wednesday right here in the Convocation Center, 5:30, 7:30 the game times. If you can make it to the Convocation Center, you can watch it online right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network. And on the men's side, again, if California is able to hold on for this victory, it's a huge win for them, able to boost themselves up the PSAC West standings. And again, it's really been Gannon and the rest, and California can inch their way closer to the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and with you said, with 5 fouls already in the second half, California probably going to try and looking to exploit that and try and get themselves to the foul line as much as they can. Because as I was talking with James, one of our announcer with me for the women's game, was foul shots are what win you games sometimes.
Yeah, in that women's game, California unable to execute from the free throw line as well as they probably should have, and ended up falling to the Golden Knights in game number 1 of this doubleheader. But if you're California, if you're able, like you said, 5 fouls, that's something to exploit. Maybe you can see California switch up the game plan a little bit, try to drive inside and rely less on that outside shot. But we can look at the PSAC West standings again. California in 4th place, Gannon up top all alone. And again, a victory here for California can do wonders as they can try to climb their way up the ladder. And then they face off against Seton Hill right here in the Convocation Center on Wednesday before traveling to Slippery Rock on Saturday, and then to Clarion next Wednesday. So after 3 games at home, 2 games on the road. So we're now into the second half of the PSAC round robin. After the media timeout, California in possession, just over 15 minutes to play in the second half. Whitehead over to DeShields. Trying to find an open look for Polak with DeShields driving inside, picks up his dribble and gets that one tipped out of bounds by a Golden Knight. Will be California basketball. Looked like maybe DeShields lobbed that one out of bounds, but California in possession. Buchanan to inbound for the Vulcans. Whitehead now 10 seconds on the shot clock for California. Step back 3 from the Don. No good. Rebounded that time by Shelton. Desmond finds Shelton in transition. 15 points. The leader in the clubhouse for the Golden Knights on the afternoon. DeBuck. Over to Goodrick. Up against DeShields, spinning inside. Lost a handle on it, but DeShields called for the foul. It's going to be his second, the team's third, and Hasman Goodrick back at the line. Hasman Goodrick 0 for 1 from the free throw line already. 6.6 rebounds for the 6'9" forward from Australia. He's unable to convert the first. That one a little short.
Coming into the season, Goodrick shooting about 63.5% from the charity stripe, so looking to try and get some points on the board here and get his team back into it.
He's able to knock down the second. 12-point game. Again, Gannon inching ever closer to pulled themselves out of that first half hole. Like I said, California up by as much as 25 in that first half. To Shields. Finds Whitehead wide open for three. And the Don knocks that one down. 20 points now for Donald Whitehead Jr. Desmond thought about the three, passed it off instead. Goodrick fakes the handoff, now trying to work up against Hannah in the post. Bounce pass over to Shelton. Gets a switch on to Hannah. Shelton, hesitation pass off, finds Prosser. Another deep three, that one off the mark, and California just going to let that one bounce out of play. And this time, 4 substitutions for Gannon. Shelton, the lone man, standing after another line switch. Again, Gannon continuing to apply some light pressure here as Whitehead crosses the timeline. 13:45 remaining in the second half. California up by 15. Hannah looking for an option, finds Buchanan under some pressure. Polak repositions the three ball, no good, but fouled. And Cam Polak so good at drawing these fouls on these three-point attempts. We've seen a couple in the last few games where he's going to make his way to the line to shoot three.
Either he's shooting three or he's shooting one. We've seen times where he's been able to draw the foul from the 3-point or from the three line and actually make the bucket to make a 4-point play, but he'll be here to shoot three.
Cam Polak at the line for three on the season, shooting 94% from the free throw line. Able to make, misses the first, makes the second. Third shot for Polak is good. He's able to make 2 out of the 3. California now up by 17. Sakasi. And off to Sarver, back over to Sakasi on the far side. Trying to back down Whitehead. Whitehead takes the charge as Sakasi lowered the elbow. And California now in the bonus for the remainder of the game, as that's the 7th foul of the half for Gannon. It's going to be Sakasi's first, and California shooting free throws for the rest of the way.
Yeah, it was a great job by Donald Whitehead to just hang in there, take the contact, and force out the foul.
Hannah finds Buchanan wide open for three, and Jordan Buchanan able to knock that one down. 9 points for him. He had a big game on Wednesday, and a foul called on the floor. This one against Buchanan again, as he caught a piece of Shelton after the ball was kind of in limbo for a second. That's going to be the team's 4th, his 3rd, and Gannon making a plethora of substitutions once again.
Gannon doing that line switch, always something they've done throughout the past couple of seasons. Hasn't just been Coach Bezzoli's main thing. It's been Gannon throughout the past couple of seasons, like I said, and it's one of those interesting takes in terms of subbing. Yeah,
we see it a lot from the national champions and Nova Southeastern, as another offensive foul, this time against Goodrick, and Hannah will take the offensive the charge that time. Back-to-back possessions with charges on the offensive side, but like I mentioned, Nova Southeastern, the perennial Division II powerhouses, that's what they like to do a lot, is this high-octane force, a ton of turnovers, and they continue to have these line changes, and that seems to have quite an effect here on the Golden Knights. They're now on 8 fouls, and again, California will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Polak for three is good, and 13 points for him. Prosser inside just dumps it off to Goodrick. A timeout taken by the Golden Knights, as the Vulcans now up by 21, as they're now on a 13-3 run. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. 12:33 remaining here in the second half. California 71, Gannon 50. And during that break, I was looking at the bio for Coach Bozzoli for the Golden Knights. And his first season in charge was here last year under the tutelage of Coach Jordan Fee. Fee, like I said, coming over from Nova Southeastern and really instilled that full pressure style of defense, or offense and defense, and then instilling those line changes as well, but was the assistant coach last year, taking over now after the departure of Fee after only one season. But I mean, last year again, we're 32-3 all year. One of the better seasons we've seen out of the PSAC West here. Continuing to play a high functioning brand of basketball here, but California up by 21 points on a 13-3 run in the last 4 minutes. Moy, who just checked into the game for the Vulcans. Whitehead driving inside, hesitation, bounce pass, finds DeShields underneath, and he finally gets his dunk as DeShields slams that one home. 19 points now for Keandre DeShields. And another offensive foul as Shelton tried to drive the lane, and the Vulcans take yet another charge. That's going to be Shelton's first. And Gannon already on 9 fouls, and we're not even 8 minutes into the second half.
I mean, that's kind of what California's looking at. They've seen now that they're almost in the double bonus, so they're going to take what they can get and just continue to try and draw out the contact. And you said with DeShields, finally got his slam dunk that he wanted this entire game. Had twice early, but able to get his now.
Hannah gets that one poked away from him, but a foul on the floor. And that'll send the Vulcans into the double bonus for the remainder of the game with 11:46 remaining. And Caden Hanna is going to make his way to the line to shoot a pair after this media timeout with 11:46 remaining here in the second half. California up by 23, and this is where California can really just get a foothold on the game and really put it to bed. As you can take a look at the screen, make sure to check out the Danny Sangham Show, filmed on studio right here in California, Pennsylvania. Every single week, you can see Matt Kiefer sit down with Coach Sankham to talk everything Vulcan basketball, the upcoming games, the previous games, and everything in between right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network. And as well,
we have Sape was unable to
I couldn't see what it said.
It's make sure to check us out if you're on campus. We're always looking for people to come down and join us. The crew. Everyone down here, all good friends. We all have a great time down here. And, yeah, it's always fun. And with Coach Sankham, as you were saying, it's kind of like with the Sankham Show, he's vastly different on the Coach Sankham Show than when he is here on the court. Here on the court, you see him animated, yelling, like trying to get his team into it. But during the Coach Sankham Show, he's very, very calm, very well-mannered, almost like a tale of two faces in a way.
And like you mentioned as well, if you're a student here, any majors are welcome. We would like to have you here at CUTV. So come on down to the media suite anytime you're available, and you can check out all that CUTV has to offer right here on campus. One of the best crews in the nation. And after the media timeout, will be Caden Hanna at the line for a pair for California. 10 points, 4 rebounds on the afternoon for the senior. California now in the double bonus for the remainder of the game. First free throw attempt from Hanna, too strong. Hanna able to adjust on the second attempt. Is able to get that one to go. 24-point lead for the Vulcans, 74-50, 11:40 remaining in the second half. Prosser working inside, spinning away from Polak, and a foul called. Prosser's going to line to shoot a pair. Duncan Moy is going to pick up his third. Keandre DeShields 5 points away from tying his career high. Scored 24 against East Stroudsburg early on in the season. First free throw attempt from Prosser is good. Second attempt, good as well. Substitution for the Golden Knights. DeBuck will come out of the game. Rocco Morabito back in for the Golden Knights. Whitehead all the way up, finds DeShields all on. Bounce pass, trying to find Hannah. Great recovery on the defensive side by Prosser. Just knocked that one out of bounds.
That was great hustle. It almost like he just appeared out of nowhere, came flying in to break up that pass, and great hustle.
Just teleporting in position. Polak to inbound for the Vulcans. Gets it into Hannah, who hands it back off to Whitehead. Whitehead passes off the shot attempt. He's able to get it to Polak, who draws the foul. That'll stay on the floor. Cam Polak back at the line to shoot a pair of free throws.
This is going to be a rather long end of the game here, with Cal already being in the double bonus.
Morabito will pick up his fourth foul. Polak able to knock down the first. Again, after an early flurry of points from Polak, a little quiet, but he makes the pair. 15 points now for him, and a 24-point lead. Desmond pump fake, driving the lane, gets it to go, and the foul. Count it. Duncan Moy's going to pick up his fourth foul. And Victor Desmond has a chance at a three-point play. It's going to be the sixth foul against California. Buchanan will check back into the game, and after Desmond makes the free throw, and after that injury in that first half against Brooks, if he checks back into the game, he's now wearing number 0 instead of the traditional 32 he's donned this season. California up by 21. Another foul called on the floor as Whitehead hits the deck. And that's going to be Morabito's fifth, and he's out of the game. Donald Whitehead Jr. at the line for a pair, and Coach Bazzoli not happy about it, as, again, it was a bit of a loose ball. And the referee's having a discussion, and everybody kind of disgruntled about the call, but nonetheless, Morabito fouled out. 3 points on the afternoon. That's going to be his day. 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and now 5 fouls. So he's going to have to check out. And Lane Sarver will check back in for the Golden Knights, and Donald Whitehead Jr. is going to make his way to the line to shoot a pair. Like you said earlier, with the foul situation being where it's at, we're in for the long haul here at the end of the second half. Whitehead's first free throw attempt is no good, and an uncharacteristically bad night at the free throw line for the Don, but still leading all scorers in the match. 20 points for him to go along with 6 assists. Now 3 for 7 from the free throw line. Make it 4 for 8 as he now has 21, and the Vulcans with a 22-point lead. Miscommunication. That one stolen away by the Vulcans. Hannah able to find Polak. Is able to take the contact and finish with the left hand.
It almost looked like he wanted to get another dunk himself, but able to just take the easy route and finish with the quick layup.
Shelton. Now Goodrick in the post up against Hannah. Good defense that time, but Hannah just caught him on the way down. That's going to be his first, the team's 7th. Now Gannon in the bonus the rest of the way. And Tasman Goodrick at the Tasman Goodrick at the line for the Golden Knights. His first free throw attempt is good, and California had a 2-game lull there. They lost to UPJ and they lost to Edinburgh, but they're able to hold on and win here. That's 2 big wins on the bounce against IUP and against Gannon. And again, with the PSAC West being so tightly contested, every win is so incredibly important. And Polak able to switch gears across half court. No look pass finds Hannah. Pump fake driving inside. Hannah able to finish.
Great finish by Caden Hannah. Just forces way down low into the paint, up for the quick layup.
Pace Prosser working inside, passes it off, finds Sarver. Looking to hand off to Shelton, working his way inside. Donald Whitehead caught a piece of him. Ernest Shelton at the line for 1-1. And if you're a fan of basketball in its purest form, I don't know how much of that you're going to see here in the second half. Like we mentioned, so many fouls as the first half of the 1-1 is good from Shelton. It's been the shining star here for the Gold Knights. 16 points for him. 5 for 8 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3, and now 3 for 4 from the free throw line. And the second free throw is up and good.
Yeah, we will definitely be in here for the long run with the amount of fouls being whistled in.
Polak across the timeline for California. Whitehead slow on the trail. Buchanan able to hand it off to him. So now we're under 10 minutes left to play in the second half. The Vulcans content with slowing the tempo down just a bit to Shields at the top of the key. A couple jab steps, pass it off, finds Whitehead. 4 on the shot clock. California contested 3 from the Don, no good. Rebounded that time by Sarver. Now Prosser in transition. Able to find Desmond. Prosser able to collect that spinning away from Polak. Good defense, but even better offense that time by Pace Prosser.
Some great moves and on-the-ball skills there by Prosser, able to just put Polak pretty much in the spin cycle and get it off.
The Shields all alone, able to finish after a bit of a contest, that time underneath by Kemp. The Shields now with 21 points. Sarver for 3, that one way off the mark. Kemp right on the scene, right underneath the basket, able to finish. Finally, I think the referees have had enough of Coach Bazzoli, as we've seen him get angry a couple of times in this matchup, and he's going to get called for the technical.
I don't want to say it was timing, but you could tell definitely that it was getting to the point of where the refs were
couldn't ignore it any longer. Yeah, we've seen Coach Bazzoli, who's still in the face of the referee, as Polak misses the first technical free throw. And like you said, it was just a matter of time of how this game's kind of turned out as Polak makes the second. California in possession of the basketball, up by 21 points.
It's not insanely often that you see a bench technical, but they are a thing and can happen.
And again, just Coach Bazzoli losing his head a couple of times in this game, and it's just that time it was just the theoretical straw that broke the camel's back. In terms of the referees, they've had enough. Buchanan with the deep 3, that one too strong. And Caden Hannah trying to fight for that rebound. It's going to get called for the foul. And now we're going to switch all the way back to the other end of the court as Gannon in the bonus. It will be Victor Desmond shooting 1-1.
Yeah, this is going to happen a lot here towards the end of this game. I mean, we're still over 8 minutes left, and already both teams nearly in the double bonus.
A combined 42 fouls in this contest between both teams. 24 for Gannon, 18 for California, as Desmond makes the first. So we're already over the threshold of 1 foul a minute for this game as Desmond makes both.
Well over the threshold.
5 points now for Desmond. That was the 9th foul of the half for California. Polak. Over to Whitehead right around the center circle. 8:20 remaining in the second half. Whitehead creating some space and able to knock down the mid-range jumper. 23 points now for Donald Whitehead Jr. Buchanan nearly able to steal that one away. I think if he's able to stay on his feet.
I think we would have knew what was coming in that instance.
Yeah, Buchanan would have had an open runway straight to the basket, but was unable to stay on his feet. Desmond working inside up against a couple of Vulcans, off the glass and in.
Just a great effort and a good finish by Desmond there on the inside.
Gets it back down to 19 points as Polak able to get it across half court for California. 7:45 remaining in the second half.
At this point now, California seems content, nearly up 20, to just let the clock run down as much as they can.
Whitehead inside finds Buchanan. Buchanan with the contested jumper, no good. Hanna able to grab the board, and Caden Hanna able to finish off the glass. 15 points for Caden Hanna. In transition, the three ball by Sarver is good. California a little bit late to get back defensively. 18-point game. First made basket of the game for Sarver. Whitehead across the timeline as we're now under the 7-minute mark remaining here in the second half. Sarver trying to play some defense, and a foul called as Sarver just caught a piece of him as Whitehead was able to blow by him. And that'll take us to immediate timeout with 7 minutes exactly on the clock. Donald Whitehead Jr. will make his way to the line. California 88, Gannon 70 as we go into this immediate timeout. And like we mentioned a couple of times, this Wednesday here in the Convocation Center, California will take on Seton Hill, 5:30, 7:30 respectively for the matchups. And a game that the Vulcans, on the men's side at least, got a victory up in Greensburg a couple of weeks ago. Looking to repeat the same thing here in the Convocation Center, but if you can't make it to the Convocation Center on Wednesday, we got you covered right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC Network, and Armstrong Cablecast. And while we have a second, I want to give a quick shout out. Tomorrow, my sister Ryan Sape turns 21, so happy birthday to her. Happy early birthday to Ryan Sape. We nearly forgot about it. Be able to bring it up, so she turns 21 tomorrow, so happy birthday for her. Happy early birthday to her as we're going to celebrate tomorrow.
You can see on the screen another look at the PSAC West standings. Again, California right in the middle of the pack, trying to get this win here, which will probably do wonders for them, as the PSAC West in terms of men's standings is just so tightly contested. And one win can mean you jump up 2 or 3 spots, and one loss means you could fall 2 or 3 spots.
And after the immediate timeout, the Don will make his way back to the free throw line. 4 for 8 on the afternoon, like we said. An uncharacteristically bad shooting night from the free throw line, but still 23 points for the Don. He's able to knock down the first. Pollock's able to get another bucket in this one. That'd be 3 Vulcans with 20 plus. As Whitehead makes the pair, 25 points for him. And Vulcans up by 20 and on the verge of eclipsing that 100-point threshold. 90-70, 6:50 remaining. Sarver for 3. That one short off the front of the rim. An offensive board brought in by Goodrick. And Caden Hanna hooked him on the shot attempt up. That's going to be his third. Goodrick back at the line, and now the Golden Knights in the double bonus for the rest of the way. Goodrick with 11 points, 7 rebounds on the afternoon. Now 3 for 6 from the free throw line. Second free throw attempt is good. Victor Desmond will check out of the game for Gannon. Pace Prosser will check back in for the Golden Knights. 19-point game, 6:45 remaining. California looking to do something similar to what Gannon did to them up in Erie. Clips that 100-point threshold. And a nice, comfortable victory. Polak off the screen. Up against Goodrick. Working inside. Nice spin move to get away. Fadeaway jumper short. DeShields is able to grab the offensive rebound, but him and Hanna Nearly with some miscommunication, but the Vulcans able to hold on and drain off some more clock here. 6:10 remaining, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Whitehead. And an offensive foul against Polak set for the moving screen. It's going to be his second. So he caught a piece of DeBuck trying to set that screen. DeBuck now working in the lane, high off the glass and in. Nice finish that time by Justin DeBuck. .550 remaining here in the second half. Whitehead across the timeline for the Vulcans. As the sting in this game has kind of been taken out of it. Hannah. Back up top to Whitehead. Polak off the screen and another offensive foul. This time Caden Hannah is going to be called for the moving screen. That's going to be his fourth. One away from fouling out. Dolman Alexander is going to check back into the game for California.
It's just unfortunate because that three ball from Polak completely swished, and that would have been a beautiful shot, but fortunately the screen called on Hannah.
5:30 remaining now in the second half. And a loose ball ends up in the hands of California, nearly ends up in the basket somehow. DeShields comes down with it. Whitehead across the timeline for California. And again, the Vulcans in no rush offensively, looking to just wind things down here at the end of the second half. I waited until about the 7-second mark for any action from the rest of the team. Whitehead keeping it himself. Pass it off, finds DeShields with the long two is good. 23 points now for Keandre DeShields. Shelton trying to work inside. A couple of Vulcans surrounding him. He's able to draw the contact. And Ernest Shelton is going to make his way back to the line. That's going to be the fourth foul against Alexander, who just checked back into the game. So now him and Hannah each on fourth fouls for California.
Also threw in there Duncan Moy as well, who's also on four. So 3 Vulcan players with 4 fouls that are in danger of fouling out.
It's foul number 47 of the game. As Shelton missed the first, was able to make the adjustment and make the second. 92-74 the score, 4:45 remaining. Whitehead under some pressure from DeBuck. Able to hand it off to Buchanan, who gives it right back. California can bring it back towards the center circle and knock off even more time. Whitehead. Giving Sarver something to think about. 4 on the shot clock. Alexander inside. The fadeaway jumper no good. Rebounded that time by Prosser. Quick outlet right up ahead to Shelton. Step back jumper no good. And a foul called as Buchanan is able to grab the rebound. I believe Justin DeBuck caught a hook on him underneath. That's going to be his fourth. Now we're going to switch ends of the court as Jordan Buchanan is going to make his way to the free throw line. Buchanan, 9 points on the afternoon. Struggling from the field, 3 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. 9.6 rebounds for California. Crack double digits if he's able to knock down one of the free throws, and he does. $10 points now for Buchanan. Second free throw attempt is up. And gets the shooter's roll. And 20-point lead restored for the Vulcans. 94-74 the score. Shelton working inside. The mid-range jumper is good from the elbow. 20 points now for Shelton. Again, the spark here for the Golden Knights. Alexander able to get it to Polak. They're able to evade the pressure sent their way by Gannon. Now Whitehead again just looking to slow the tempo a little bit. Just run off as much clock as possible. Whitehead working inside, pass it off, finds Alexander. Whitehead repositions for 3. That one off the mark. Buchanan, offensive rebound. California can reset. Whitehead all alone. Decides to look off the shot. Gets it over to Polak, now driving the lane inside. Just throws it up, no good, but Cam Polak was fouled. And he's going to make his way back to the free throw line.
Yeah, at this point now, I'll get what I was saying after the commercial.
Now we'll get back to it right after this quick commercial break right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. 3:17 remaining in the second half between California and Gannon. California 94, Gannon 76. Cam Polak on the verge of a 20-point outing if he's able to knock down both free throws, as he's going to make his way to the line after this media timeout. I really don't know what else to say. We've talked about everything we possibly could in this game.
Yeah, at this point now, California just looking to, every time they get the ball, just try and slow it down, milk as much clock as possible. And really the point is get the ball back, milk as much clock as you can, and then get a shot up at the last second. If it goes, it goes. If not, then just get back on defense and try and rinse and repeat.
And after what was looking to be an exciting opening couple of minutes, that was the climax of the game. Everything else
pretty much, yeah,
slowly started to trickle down into the epilogue of this contest. Polak able to knock down the first. Polak able to make the second. 20 points now for him. 3 Vulcans with 20 plus, and a 20-point lead for California. And a blocking foul this time against Buchanan, as Prosser was able to get past him. That's going to be Buchanan's fourth. And Pace Prosser at the line now for the Golden Knights.
This has been the story for the past, if you're just now tuning in, this has pretty much been the story the past 8-10 minutes almost.
That is now foul number 50 on the afternoon.
Over a foul a minute.
Compared between both teams, 27 for Gannon, 23 for California. Prosser misses the first, makes the second. Caden Hanna will check back in. Dalman Alexander is going to make his way to the bench for California. Buchanan and Hanna both sitting on 4 fouls for the Vulcans. DeBuck sitting on 4 fouls on the court here for the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights continuing to apply some pressure. Buchanan able to get it to DeShields and able to escape the pressure the Golden Knights were sending Polak. So we're now under 3 left to play. He's able to find Whitehead. Calm presence brings it back towards center court. 8 seconds on the shot clock for California. Whitehead working his way inside, gets that one blocked away, but California maintain possession. 3 ball at the buzzer is good for Buchanan. Straightaway shot, 14 points now for Buchanan. Desmond to respond, that shot no good. Offensive rebound that time by Prosser, is able to finish off the glass. California on the precipice of 100 here, 99-79 the score, and a turnover off the inbound as Buchanan was trying to get it into Whitehead, and that one goes out of bounds.
That's only California's 7th turnover of this game, so rather disciplined with the ball here over these past 40 minutes. Gannon, on the other hand, already at 15 turnovers on the night.
Desmond looking to back down Hanna inside, lost the handle on it. Foul will stay on the floor, but I don't even think it really matters. And that's going to be Caden Hanna's 5th foul. So he's going to check out of the game. That's his night done. It's been efficient when he's been on the floor. Caden Hanna, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 7 for 9 from the field in 30 minutes. Duncan Moy will check back in, who's also on 4 fouls for California, as they might have to start emptying out the bench here. A couple of players pick up a few more fouls. The first free throw missed from Desmond. Second attempt also missed. Shields grabs the board. Whitehead under a ton of pressure. Gets over to Pollock. They need to get it across the timeline. And California, to prevent the violation, will take a timeout with 2:02 remaining. And as the result stands, California get a huge win. They'll move to 12-10 overall, 7-7 in conference play. Gannon looking to fall to 16-6 overall, 11-3 in conference play. And it's kind of a tale of two teams. Gannon, with the last couple matches, starting to lose a step a little bit. California riding the wave of that huge win on Wednesday into this contest. And again, we talked about they have a chance to get 3 wins on the bounce if they're able to get a victory over Seton Hill here on Wednesday. So you can see the PSAC West standings one more time. We went through every single graphic that we've had a couple of times now in this contest. 51 fouls, 22 combined turnovers in this matchup. This one is for the basketball, the purist, the faint of heart. If you are a true basketball fan, this is the match for you.
If you're a true fan, you're still watching. We'll say that.
Whitehead up ahead, able to get past the defense, but fouled. California has a chance for 100 here at the free throw line. It combined 62 free throw attempts in this game. 25 for 34 for California, 17 for 28 for Gannon.
As you were saying, this is the game that if you are a true basketball fan, then you're still watching at this point.
California eclipsed that 100-point threshold. Whitehead makes the first free throw. Second attempt for the Don is good. 27 points on the afternoon for Donald Whitehead Jr. 23 points for DeShields, 20 for Pollock. Dalman Alexander back in the game for the Vulcans. 101-79 the score. 3-point attempt, no good. Another foul on the floor.
I think that's going to be on DeShields. I stand corrected.
That one's going to do it. It's Tasman Goodrick of the Golden Knights, his fourth. And California are going to shoot some free throws after the officials go over to see who the infringement was against for California to properly award the free throws. And while we have a second, you have anyone you want to shout out? Any quick shout outs? Any people watching at home?
I know my dad was watching the women's game. I know I told him to check out the absolute poster of a dunk that Cam Pollock had at the start of the game, and he told me that it was awesome is the short and sweet way. I can't really say the other way, but yeah, shout out to my family at home watching from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, home of Vulcan women's basketball star Talia Gilliard. But it's been an interesting game. But obviously we want to give a shout out to our sports information person Matthew Kiefer. You can always keep up with stats and athletics and all that on calvulcans.com and all of the social media platforms.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to today's crew here for CUTV. It's been a long afternoon.
Yeah, that it has.
We're pushing on almost 6 hours between crew call and the length of these games. Shout out to CUTV's crew today. We got Crystal on camera 1, James Anderson on camera 2. Shout out Victoria in the Blaze outfit. Another CUTV member down there.
And our good friend Nathan Kurtz.
Shout out Nate Kurtz.
Always taking pictures.
My best friend. Love Nate.
And obviously a special shout out to our advisor, Gary Smith.
Shout out Gary Smith. Shout out my girlfriend Zoe. She said she was trying to listen on her break while she was working
there you go.
This afternoon. So
shout out Zoe.
Her. Back from Belgium, no longer across the pond. Now firmly within the confines of the United States of America. Will be Dalman Alexander at the free throw line for California.
Alexander hasn't been at the free throw line yet. as he makes the first.
One of only 3 members, now only 2 members of California that have played this game have not attempted a free throw, and that was Brooks and Moy, as Alexander makes both. California at 103, 79, 150 remaining. Prosser able to get past. Nice dump off to find Goodrick, who's able to finish off the glass. 140 and running now. Buchanan able to get it into Polak. Again, continuing this pressure as Whitehead, tried to get it up ahead to DeShields, and nearly fell into the velvet ropes out of bounds, but the pass from Whitehead did, and will be a turnover for California. And now Gannon basketball. Shelton on the near side gets Polak to bite. The 3 ball is good from Ernest Shelton, and a timeout taken by the Golden Knights with 1:22 remaining. 23 points for Shelton on the afternoon. 7 for 12 from the field, 5 for 7 from 3, 4 for 6 from the free throw line, and 3 rebounds in the context for Shelton. And he only has 1 foul somehow, and he's played 28 minutes in the game. And in a matchup where it seems like everybody
has one,
is close to fouling out, he's only had 1.
Well, that just shows that he's playing great disciplined basketball, only having 1 foul and playing 28 minutes of the game. Whereas you said most players 2, 3, 4 even have fouled out of the game, but Shelton only having 1 just shows really disciplined basketball here for his day today.
Buchanan inbound for the Vulcans. Moy just checked back into the game for California as well. Whitehead just trying to get it across half court. Finds the Shields. And California just trying to wind things down here. Cross the T's, dot the I's. Polak cross-court pass finds Buchanan. Back out to Polak. It's California, again, just looking to take as much time off the clock as possible. Now we're under a minute left to go here in the Convocation Center. Pull-up 3 from the Don is good. Give him 30 on the afternoon. And what's been just a very slow second half has its upsides. A 30-piece for the Don.
Not sure what his career high is, but he has to be close.
Desmond turns it over, throws that one straight into DeShields. And a whistle blown again. As California was trying to cross half court. The officials convening.
Not sure exactly what the whistle was about. May have been an off-the-ball screen or foul or something.
I'm not quite sure, but will be California basketball. Buchanan able to get it into Whitehead. 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so the Vulcans need to get at least 1 off here before the end of the game. 106-84 the score. The remaining people here in the Convocation Center
the true
on the
faithful.
Vulcans as Polak drives inside, misses at the rim. Golden Knights in transition. The 3-pointer, no good. DeShields grabs another rebound.
And that is going to do it.
And that will be it from the Convocation Center. Your final score, California 106, Gannon 84. From everyone here at CUTV, thank you very much for watching. From our director, Gary Smith, from my broadcast partner, Hunter Garman, my name is Jonathan Save. Thank you all very much for watching. And we'll see you all on Wednesday as California takes on Seton Hill right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network. And as always, good night, California.